Here, what is the power of variable x? It is 2. Here it is 1 plus 1 is 2. Here also it is 2. Even if I write it like this way, the degree is 1, the degree is 0 here. So highest possible power of a variable x is 2. I'll say the degree of equation is 2. So today we are going to talk about the second degree equation, which is known as the quadratic equation. Fine. Now, a general equation. Let me first. This is known as a parabola. A parabola is a figure. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. Where the curve is formed like this. That is, if x is 0, y is 0. If x is 1, y is 1. If x is 2, y is 4. If x is 3, y is 9. Even if x is minus 1, then also it is 1. If it is minus 2, it is 4. If it is minus 3, it is 9. So y is equal to x square is a parabola which is symmetric about y-axis. मतलब y-axis के जितने left side में होगा उतना ही right side में होगा. This is known as a symmetricity. Fine. So y is equal to x square is a figure which is symmetric about y-axis. Is it fine? So y-axis is divided in two equal parts. Now, if I double it, I'll say the same figure. The only change is it will be little steeper now. So y is equal to 2x square is steeper than the earlier figure. Why? Because when x is coming out to be 1, it is not 1, it is coming out to be 2. So it will be steeper. When x is equal to 2, I know 2 square is 4, 2s are 8. So earlier it was coming out to be value of y was coming out to be 4. Here it is coming out to be 8. So it is steeper. If I write y is equal to thrice of x square, it will be further steeper. So I'll say, okay, I can increase the steepness of this one as the coefficient of x square increases. Fine. One more important thing, whenever you find any equation, you replace x by minus x. Listen to me. If you replace x by minus x and y does not change, y badle nahi, so I will say the curve is symmetrical about y-axis. Y-axis के about symmetrical होगा. ठीक है? I hope it is clear to all of you. Any question, any doubt here? You can ask. Is it clear? At least write a yes. Okay. Thank you. Aditya, it is not clear. Tell me what is not clear here, Aditya. Aditya, what is the thing which is not clear? Fine, Aditya. Aditya, this is known as a parabola. This is the basic equation of parabola. You can see y is equal to x square. If x is equal to 1, y comes out to be 1 square, which is 1. But even when x is minus 1, then also y is coming out to be 1. Yeah, Samakshi, I'm repeating it as a whole. If you put x is equal to 2, I'll say y is equal to 2 square, which is equal to 4. But even when you put x is equal to minus 2, then also minus 2 square is coming out to be 4. What does that mean? That means whatever is value of x which is coming here, whether it is positive or negative, the value of y will come out to be same. That also say that it is symmetric about y-axis. What does that mean? Symmetric about y-axis. That means if there is a curve, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. If a curve is forming on left hand side, the same curve will be forming on right hand side. So I'll say y-axis actually divides this curve into equal parts. So it is symmetrical about y-axis. Is it fine, Aditya, Samakshi? Of course, it is touching here at origin. Fine. It goes like this. Now what I do is, if I multiply it by 2. So if I'm going to double this, what will happen in this case? I'll say the curve will be little steeper. This is y is equal to 2x squared. This is y is equal to x squared. Fine. If I increase further the coefficient of x squared, I'll say the curve will be much more steeper now. This will be the figure. Do you understand this? As you keep on increasing, a position will come where it is infinite x squared. Infinite means 1 upon 0. This 0 goes here. Y into 0 is 1 into x squared. I further write 0 is equal to x squared. X is equal to 0. Fine. X is equal to 0 is nothing but y-axis. What is x is equal to 0? X is equal to 0 is, it is depicting a line that is y-axis. This is x is equal to 0. Is it fine, everyone? So I'll say x is equal to 0 is y-axis. That is how it is going to come here. So as you start increasing the coefficient of x squared, the value will become steeper. Now one more case. What if I reduce it? I'll say this will expand like this. If you say it is 0x squared, I'll say y is equal to 0. It represents x-axis. So what I do here is y is equal to 0, nothing but it is x-axis. This x-axis is y is equal to 0. So I hope you know everything about y is equal to x squared, how it behaves. Anyone, any query, any doubt you can ask. Aditya, Samakshi, is it clear now? Okay, thank you, Siddhant. Fine, Aditya, Samakshi, very nice. Moving further, thank you, Pulkit. Y is equal to x square is a figure which is given to you. What if I add something to it? I would like to first draw y is equal to x square. This is y is equal to x square. Fine. Let me change the color of it. I'll change the color of this to blue. So y is equal to x square plus 1 is, earlier when x was 0, y was coming out to be 0 here. Now at 0, it will be coming out to be 1. So whenever you will add something to x square, parabola goes up. Many of you must be thinking, what happens when you subtract? Of course, I will pull it down. So you are adding anything to the value of x square, the parabola is bound to go up. If you subtract, it will come down. I hope it is clear to all of you. Fine, let's come to the next one. What if I say y is equal to x square minus 3? I'll say I'll pull down this one and the curve will become 0, minus 3. This is the vertex. So y is equal to x square minus 3 is nothing but the parabola will be pulled down and the figure will become y is equal to x square minus 3. I hope it is clear. Anyone, any question, any doubt here, you can ask certainly. Anything. You understand it? Let me change it with a red color. What about y is equal to 2x square plus 3? Step 1, draw y is equal to x square. Everyone knows, say this is y is equal to x square. Step 2, draw y is equal to twice of x square. I'll change the color, sorry, let's do it in only one. This is y is equal to 2x square. Let's raise it by 3. Y is equal to 2x square plus 3. I'll say that this will be the figure of it. So at 0, it is coming out to be 3. This is how you can draw it. I hope it is clear. I have drawn all 3 curves here. So you understand, if you are adding something, first you need to make it steeper or wider. Then if it is plus, you will take it up. If it is minus, you will pull it down. I'm sure it is clear. Anyone, any question you can ask me. You should be aware about drawing this figure. Very important part. I'm waiting so that you can ask if there is a question. Fine. Okay, let's move to the next one. We all know about this. What if minus sign is attached before it? Let me tell you, x square is always positive. Everyone knows about this, x square is always positive. So minus x square is always negative because a minus sign is attached before it. So y is equal to x square is a figure. This is y is equal to x square. What about y is equal to minus x square? This is the figure y is equal to minus x square. I'm sure it is clear. Now let's come to the next point here. Y is equal to twice of x square. I'll say it is a steeper one. What about y is equal to minus twice of x square? I'll say the same steeper figure, but it will be forming in the downward direction. Why? Because you know this x-axis is 0, y is 0 here, x-axis is y is 0. And y is always negative on this side. And y is positive here. So whenever it is minus sign attached before x square, the parabola will be always in downward direction. If the coefficient of x square is positive, it will be always upward. If it is negative, it has to be in downward direction. I believe it is clear to all of you. Please ask. Anyone, any question? Thank you. Okay. I don't want even a single doubt to be left in your mind. If there is anyone, you can ask, though almost everyone replied with yes. Let's come to the next one. So if I say, how would you draw, for example, what if it is x minus 1 whole square? How will you draw it? Now we already know whenever it is perfect square, it forms upward. If it is the coefficient of x square is negative, it will be in downward. If added, it goes up. If subtracted, it comes down. If it is like this one way, put it equal to 0. I always put y is equal to 0 means where does this curve meets the x-axis. So I'll put y is equal to 0, that is x minus 1 square is equal to 0, x is equal to 1. So I'll say there's a parabola which touches at 1, 0. This is the figure. So y is equal to x minus 1 square. I'll say this is the figure where it touches at 1 comma 0. I believe it is clear to all of you. Now you can ask me, what, sir, if you are going to double it? Let me use some other color. Just a second. What if it is y is equal to twice of x minus 1 square? I'll say the same curve, the only change is it is going to be formed in upward direction. So this is how it is going to form. Do you understand? The only change is it is not at origin, it is 1 comma 0. How do I know? Put y is equal to 0. Put y is equal to 0 means this whole curve equation to be equal to 0. So let's see how whether you can draw it or not. Let's try to draw this figure. Come on. Again, a parabola. Please draw this one. Pulkit, you try this. I will give you the answer of that as well. Fine. Very good, Sambhav Jai. Anyone else? And Sambhav, it must be in upward direction as well. Fine. So what I'll do is I'll put it equal to 0. I'll say x is equal to, at x is equal to minus 3, y comes out to be 0, or that means at minus 3, the curve is this is y is equal to x plus 3 square. Say. Now I want to double it. Why? Because this is minus 3, comma 0 is this. I want to double it. So what should I do? I'll say the curve will be steeper. So this one comes out to be y is equal to twice of x plus 3 square. This will be your answer. Is that fine, everyone? So you can draw this figure easily. Now I'm asked question that, can you draw this one? How it will be drawn? So Pulkit, look at this. You can draw easily y is equal to 2x square. Now let's talk about, I'm changing also the color so that it will be easy for you. Y is equal to twice of x square, minus twice of x square. I know it will be steeper and it will be in downward direction. So it is minus 1. What does that mean? I'll pull it down by 1. Do you understand that if you are interested in pulling it down, because I'm subtracting something from here, so I'll say the same curve, but it will be just dropped by 1. So this is the curve which is going to form here. Is it fine? So your answer is this one. Pulkit, clear? Fine. Anyone, any question, any query that you have? Okay. Y is equal to x square plus 4x plus 5. Would you like to draw it? Because this is the general quadratic equation that you are going to get. So how can I form this one? So my dear, now you need to listen to me. Very interesting and very important part. What I'll do is, whatever is coefficient of x, you need to half that. With a constraint, listen to me carefully. Where the coefficient of x square is 1, whatever is the coefficient of x, half that. If there is something coming in the coefficient of x square, take it out. Common with x and x square. If there is 2 common, you will take out 2 common. And then whatever is the coefficient of x, you will half it. So can I say it is x plus 2 whole square? So if you open x plus 2 whole square, my dear, you'll write x square plus twice of, you remember a plus b whole square is a square plus twice of ab plus b square. I hope it is clear. So I know it is x square plus 4x plus 4, but this is 5, so plus 1 will be also coming. So my dear, it will be y is equal to x plus 2 whole square plus 1. Let's first try to draw y is equal to x plus 2 whole square. I'll say when you put it equal to 0, you will get minus 2 as a point, minus 2 point here. So the curve will come out to be y is equal to x plus 2 whole square. Now the next one will come out to be what? Y is equal to x plus 2 square plus 1. I'll take it up. This will be the figure. I hope it is clear. Anyone, any question, any query, you can ask me. Any one of you. Okay, very nice. Should I give you a question now? Please draw this one. Take your time, but get the answer. Very nice. Start getting the answers. Good. Okay. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Siddhant, Sambhav, Jan. Okay, two of you got the answer. Step 1. Now I want everyone to listen to me. If the coefficient of x square is 1, just half the coefficient of x. And you will write it a half of that whole square. When you open it, you know it is a square plus twice of 2 into 3 into x, which is 6x. Plus 3 square, 9 is also going to come. But it is 1. I want it to be 9. So can I say minus 8 will come there? Why? Because I want it to be 1. So 8 needs to be subtracted. So this is the figure. Now let's try to solve y is equal to x plus 3 square, put it equal to 0 at x is equal to minus 3. Y comes out to be 0. This will be the figure. Fine. Minus 8, I'll pull it down. Maybe passing through this. I'm not sure about that, of course. But the vertex will come out to be minus 3, minus 8. I'm sure you are aware of it now. Yes, Pulkit, very nice. Any question that you people have, please do ask. I'll be happy. I will be really happy to answer that. Because until it is not clear, you will not be able to solve anything in quadratic equation. Anything? Okay. Now coming to the roots. What is the meaning of roots? Roots means there is a tree. Where it touches the ground, these are known as a roots. Sorry, I know everyone knows that, but why I'm saying it, it has a purpose. Whenever this x-axis is known as a ground, if a parabola touches it at 2 points here and here, we consider these to be roots. I don't want them to be roots. The only difference here is the point where the curve touches the x-axis are known as, these 2 points are known as roots. You can say, what if it is just going to touch it and then rebound back? I'll say only one root. Or I can say 2 roots, but same. They're equal. Fine. That is the meaning of roots. What if there is a ground and there's a parabola hanging in there? This is x-axis. Ground means x-axis. And there's somewhere y-axis. The parabola is hanging in there. It is not touching x-axis. I'll say no real roots. Or the curve is like this. I'll say no real roots. There is no real point where it is going to intersect with the x-axis. That is what are the imaginary roots or no real roots. Any doubt, any question here you have, please ask. I'll be happy. Clear about the roots? Now everyone can talk about the roots. Where the curve is going to intersect with the x-axis are the points which are roots. Roots can be 2, roots can be 1, 2 roots, but same. Roots can be 0 real root. You cannot have 3 roots because the parabola is always like this. A quadratic equation is always like this. Fine. Here I go now. ठीक है, आप पूछ लीजिएगा. I believe that things are getting clearer. That's why you are saying yes. Let me take one more question here. Let's talk about a general equation. Y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. This is expression. Fine. When I put it equal to 0, this becomes an equation. When I say that y is equal to 0, directly, indirectly, the question is asked, find the roots. Why find the roots? Why I'm saying so? The reason is when you are putting the value of y is equal to 0, you are equating it equal to 0. You want to find the value of x. So somewhere it is given solve and find the values of x. It is nothing but they wanted you to find out the roots of the equation. So I'll put it equal to 0. I'll say a is common. Do you agree? A can be going in the on the right hand side and become. I can write x plus b by 2a whole square. That gives you x square plus twice of b by 2a into x is going to give you b by ax minus b square by 4a square is what you need to write. B, this one is square, needs to be subtracted plus c by a is equal to 0. I'll say it is x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to b square minus by 4a square, and this is upon a. Or this gives you x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to b square minus 4ac upon 4a square. Or I can say x plus b by 2a is equal to plus minus, I will be raising the roots here. Final point I'm writing here. X is equal to what? Plus b by 2a goes on right hand side, I'll say minus b by 2a. Plus minus root of b square minus 4a upon 4a square is 2a. Or I can say x is minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a is going to give me the roots. Or at x is equal to these values, y comes out to be c. These are your roots. These are your answers. Please ask if there is a question. I'm listening. Take your time. Anywhere you feel any doubt? Expecting it to be clear, please ask me if there is a question. I'm moving otherwise to the next one. So finally, you know, y comes out to be 0. Y is 0 at x is equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Fine. So what do I get? If b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, the value of x is minus b by 2a. That is single root. So two roots are equal. So when I get, this is very important equation. Whenever b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, I'll say there are two roots and both of them are same. That is minus b by 2. Second part. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, so I'll say you will get two real and distinct roots. What does that mean? I'll say x is equal to minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac because it is not equal to 0 upon 2a. And the other value of x is minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. These are the two values which are going to come. The last one. If I get b square minus 4ac is less than 0, I'll get imaginary roots. I'll get imaginary roots. So no real root will come there because inside the root you are getting a negative term. So you are getting imaginary roots here. Is it fine? Please ask if there is a query. There's a question. Very important part. I have given you the proof so that you understand that why I'm saying directly that there will be two real and distinct roots. Why I'm saying the two roots are there, but they are same because they are because b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Fine. And the last one is if b square minus 4ac is negative, it is coming out to be imaginary roots. Why? Because inside the root you cannot have a negative term. I'm sure all of you know root of minus 1 is known as iota. Please ask if there is a query. Fine, so here I go. Let's take up. I think it is clear. So these all things are already done. Let me take you to the questions. The first equation, can you find out the value of b? Come on. Okay, Siddhant, Sambhav, Vaishnavi, very well done. Good, Vidhi. Good, Pulkar. Aditya, very nice. Samakshi, you are right. So everyone got it correct. Just open this. I will say 2x square plus 5x. First x multiply with this one, then x multiply with this because there's the addition sign, so same. Then 3 multiply with this one plus 3 multiply with this. That is 6x plus 15. I'll say it is 2x square plus 11x plus 15 is equal to 2x square plus bx plus 15. Equating both the value, can I say b is equal to 11? That's your answer. I hope it is clear. Equation means it is equal. Both of them are equal. That's why I can correlate them. Now this I don't want you to do now. Come on. They have real roots. This equation has real roots. A real roots is only possible whenever b square minus 4ac is greater than equal to 0. Equal to 0, real roots, but they are equal. So here it is saying only real roots. That's why I'm saying it is greater than or equal to 0. So find out where a and b, they belong to the 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the values that you can take for AB. Okay, Pulkit. I think Vaishnavi, this is correct. Pulkit, you can also try it again once more. Good, Sambhav. Your name itself says it is possible. So here I go. What I can do is b square is greater than equal to 4ac is 1 here. So what I do is if a is equal to 1. So I'll say b square is greater than equal to 4 into 1, 4. I'll say b is equal to 2, 3, 4. How many solutions are there? 3 solutions will come. If I say a is equal to 2, I'll say b square is greater than equal to 8. So b is equal to 3 and 4, you will get 2 solutions. If I say a is equal to 3, because you can take the value of ABC as 1, 2, 3. So I am saying b square is greater than equal to 12. I'll say b can be only equal to 4. That is one solution. So what if a is equal to 4? I'll say b square is greater than equal to 16. I can say b is equal to 4. Again, one solution. How many total solutions? 7 solutions are possible there. Good. Sambhav, Pulkit, Vaishnavi. I hope it is clear to other people as well. Is it fine? Please look at this. Shoot your doubt. We'll be happy to answer them. Okay, Siddhant. Vidhi, is it clear? Are you understanding all these concepts? Okay. Samakshi ji, Aditya. Usually Aditya leave the class exactly after an hour. So any problem, Aditya, that you are facing in logging into the class? कोई परेशानी होती है? मतलब क्या इंटरनेट उड़ जाता है? कुछ तो होता है यार. तुम 1 घंटे बाद हमेशा चले जाते हो या मैं झेला नहीं जाता 1 घंटे बाद? ठीक है, शायद सेकंड वाला ऑप्शन सही था. Okay. Now the roots are equal. Let me explain it again. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is an equation. It's a general equation. When the roots are equal, what we know is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, or b square is equal to 4ac, or I will say square of coefficient of x is equal to 4 times product of the coefficient of x square and the constant term. Okay, fine, Aditya. Thank you for replying my dear. So b square is equal to 4ac. यार माइक्रोफोन ऑन करके भी बोल दिया करो. ठीक है, टाइम हो गया तुम्हारी आवाज सुने हुए. b square is equal to 4ac will be the formula. So try to get the answer from here. What should be the value of a so that you will get equal roots? Come on, now you try. Doubt होगा तो मुझसे पूछ लीजिएगा. I'll explain that. Wow, Sambhav, very nice. Good, Vaishnavi. Fine, Siddhant. Fine, Pulkit. Sambhav, while sending your answer, don't send it to everyone. Send it to only me, because the other people are already aware of it. So many a time they cannot focus on the answer. Okay, here I go. I'll say ax square plus a plus 1x plus 1 is equal to 0. If you try to put 1 here, I'll say x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. I can say it is x plus 1 ka whole square is equal to 0. I can say x is equal to only minus 1. One way is that if you put the option. Second way is ax square plus b square is equal to 4ac. B square is what? A plus 1 square is equal to 4 into a into c. That is a square plus 2a plus 1 is equal to 4a, or a square minus 2a plus 1 is equal to 0, or a minus 1 square is equal to 0. I'll say a is equal to 1. This is your answer. So answer comes out to be a is equal to 1. This is fine, everyone. And most of them are asked in CAT. ये question ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने, sorry, मैं थोड़ा सा, my level is always higher. So I try to give you the concept. अगर कोई doubt होगा तो you can ask me the doubt. But yes, this question was also asked in CAT. Prior to this, this question was also asked in CAT. This I'm yet to take. I'll take up this one once I discuss. Fine. So would you like to answer this one now? Okay, here I go. I'll say ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Fine, Vaishnavi. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. As we have discussed, there are two values of x, say alpha and beta, that comes here, for which this equation is equal to 0. For this, y is equal to 0. So if you try to break up this equation, you will get x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0. Let me explain it. X square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 is the equation. I know I can write it as a x plus 3 into x plus 2. कैसे लिख सकते हैं? आप इक्वेट कर लीजिएगा, आ रहा है, मैं आगे आपको बताऊंगा ऐसा क्यों. So I'll say x into x is x square, 3x plus 2x is 5x, and 3 into 2 is 6. So when the product of two values is equal to 0, listen to me. The product of two values is equal to 0, one of them have to be equal to 0. I'll say either x plus 3 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. So I'll get x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to also minus 2 values. Is it fine? So there are two roots which are coming here. I'll say one is minus 3 and second is minus 2. Fine. This is how you find out the root. Let me explain it again. You remember I was talking about when this type of equation is there, it is minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. And the another equation will be minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. There are two roots which are coming. They are conjugate. Conjugate का मतलब होता है अगर यहाँ पर प्लस रूट 3 है तो एक जगह माइनस रूट 3 है, यहाँ पर प्लस रूट 5 है तो वहां पर माइनस रूट 5 होगा, यहाँ पर 2 प्लस रूट 3 है. So wherever the root is coming, it will also come with a negative sign. That is conjugate. ठीक है. इमेजिनरी वैल्यूज में भी कॉन्जुगेट लगता है. 3 प्लस 2 आयोटा होगा, इसका कॉन्जुगेट होगा 3 minus 2 iota. So wherever iota comes, it changes with the minus iota. Wherever root 3 comes, it changes with minus root 3. Fine. ठीक है, मेरे ख्याल से आपको समझ में आ रहा हो. So there are two roots. The two roots are say alpha and beta. When I open this equation, look at this. Say x is equal to alpha is one of the root and x is equal to beta is another root. I'll say that means x minus alpha is equal to 0. I can say that means x minus alpha beta is equal to 0. I'll say that this means x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. I'll say no, this is not correct. Reason is here the coefficient of x square is plus 1. So what I'll do is I will divide them by a. So I'll get x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to x square plus b by ax plus c by a. Is it fine? I'll open the equation x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha into beta is equal to the same equation. I hope you understand because the coefficient of x squared should be same. My dear, from this I can say minus of alpha plus beta is equal to b by a, or alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Second is alpha into beta is c by a. These are the two values which I'm going to get here. So my dear, any quadratic equation, the sum of the root is minus b by a if the quadratic equation is in this form, and the product of the root is equal to c by a. This is how you do it. Is it fine? You can ask if there is any question, any query. कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा है, इसमें कोई दुविधा है तो पूछ लीजिएगा, जैसे मैं क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना चालू करता हूँ. Can I move ahead? Can I start solving this? Hear me? The people present there, can you hear me? Please confirm. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Okay. Pulkit also says. Okay, Samakshi, fine. So I believe the rest of the people can also hear me. So here I go. The sum of the root of the equation alpha plus beta, alpha and beta are the roots, is equal to the sum of the square of their reciprocal. Sum of the square of their reciprocal. Sum of the square of their reciprocal. So I'll say it means it is 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square. I'll say it is beta square plus alpha square into beta square. I'll say it is alpha plus beta square minus twice of alpha beta upon alpha beta square. Why? Because alpha square plus twice of alpha beta will come there. Now you must be thinking why I'm writing it in this form. We are writing in this form because I know what is alpha plus beta. The sum of the root is always this upon this minus this upon this. And the product of the root is 1 upon 1. So that comes out to be minus a square minus twice of 1 upon 1 square. That is a square minus 2 upon 1 is your answer. Fine. This is equal to alpha plus beta. What is alpha plus beta? Minus a. So I'll say it is equal to minus a. So it is a square plus a minus 2 is equal to 0. I can write it in this form. A plus 2 into a minus 1 is equal to 0. I'll say a is equal to minus 2 or a is equal to 1 are the two values which are going to come there. Is that fine? So the two values which are going to come there is minus 2 and 1 are the two values which are going to come here. So out of which of the following is the possible value? I'll say minus 1 is the possible value. Sorry, 1 is the possible value of it because minus 2 is not there in the option. That's why no need to worry. You will mark on 1 as your answer. Is it fine? Fine. So any quadratic equation, sorry, repeating one more time. If a quadratic equation is, this is the general equation of a general quadratic equation. It got two roots, alpha and beta. The sum of the root is always equal to minus b by a, and the product of the root is equal to c by a. This is what you know. Now, my dear, let me take you again to one of the CAT questions. I would like you to solve this, try out this, understand it. You'll certainly get the answer very easy. Come on, do it now. Okay, Siddhant Vaishnavi has got the answer. It is given sum of the root. Can I write it as a x square plus 2a plus 3? You remember I told you it is a plus 1x plus 3a plus 4 upon a plus 1 is equal to 0. The sum of the root is minus times of 2a plus 3 upon a plus 1. The sum of the root is minus 1. I'll cancel this minus sign. 2a plus 3 is equal to a plus 1. I'll say a is equal to minus 2. This is what I'm going to get. Fine. So a is equal to minus 2. What is the product of root? Product of root is 3a plus 4 upon a plus 1. So 3 into minus 2 plus 4 upon minus 2 plus 1. That is minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2 upon minus 1 is equal to 2. Your answer comes out to be 2. Good, Vaishnavi, Pulkit. Very nice, Siddhant. I believe it is clear to other people as well. Please ask if there is a question. Product of the root is always c by a and the sum of the root is minus b by a. Fine, Aditya. Anyone else having any doubt? Okay, fine. Let's try to solve it. What is the value of x? How much is the value of x? Come on, do it. Very nice. Good, Vaishnavi, well done. You tell me this number and these two numbers are reciprocal of each other. Indirectly, they want to ask you the question, a number when added to the reciprocal of it will give you 13/6. Why 6 2s are 12 plus 1 is 13? ये याद है ना? 6 2s are 12 plus 1 is 13/6. That is how it is written. I look at this number. If it is 6/13, reciprocal of that is 13/6. How can that be equal to 13/6? Wrong. First one will not be answered. 3/2, reciprocal of that is 2/3. 3 3s are 9 plus 2 2s are 4/6 is 13/6, which matches here. This is my answer. No need to do anything else other than this one. And of course, if you are taking 3/2, you can also take 2/3. Reciprocal of that is 3/2, which also gives you 13/6 as your answer. Fine. Or even if you are not even if you're not aware of it, I'll take it as a T. This is reciprocal. This is the reciprocal of it, which comes out to be 13/6. Solving it, t square plus 1 by t is equal to 13/6. Now, what I do is 6t square plus 6 is equal to 13t. I'll say 6t square minus 13t plus 6 is equal to 0. Tell me a number, the two roots, the product is equal to 6 6 is 36. And the sum of the root is equal to 13. I'm sure all of you know 9 4s are 36 and 9 plus 4 13. So what I can do is minus 90 minus 40 plus 6 is equal to 0. 3t is common. I'll say 2t minus 3. It is minus 2 common, 2t minus 3. I'll say 3t minus 2 and 2t minus 3 is equal to 0. I'll say t is equal to 2/3 or t is equal to 3/2. So my dear, I got this value that 3/2 and 2/3 reciprocal summation is this. But they're not asking you the value of this. They're asking you the value of x. Is it fine? So I'll say x upon 1 minus x. If this square root is equal to 9/2, 3/2, if square root of the term is 3/2, if you remove the square root, can I say it is 9/4? Some of you must be thinking 4/9 क्यों नहीं लिख रहे sir? वो भी लिख लीजिए. But you know 1 minus x and this x is less than 1. I can say it is equal to either 9/4 or 4/9. Is it clear? So we will cross multiply. 4x is equal to 9 minus 9x. I'll say 13x is equal to 9/4. 13x is equal to 9. X is equal to 9/13. Is that fine by equating it 9/4? By equating x upon 1 minus x is equal to 4/9, I'll say 9x is equal to 4 minus 4x. I'll say further 13x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4/13. So there are two values of x which is coming here. No, this is not correct answer because no one is asking you to find the value of this. They are asking you to find the value of x. So fourth one will be the correct option. Is it fine? Clear? Vaishnavi, that's why I've taken this case. So no one is asking you to find out the value of the square root of x upon 1 minus x. They want to find out the value of x there. So either you put them in the equation and then get the answer, or find out this value and then do the calculations. Fine. Anyone having any doubt? Ask. Anything? Thank you, Siddhant. I believe it is clear to others as well. You must be thinking about it, reading about it, understanding it. I'm waiting. The moment it is clarified, you can tell me, yes, I'll move ahead. Thank you, Sambhav. Okay, Samakshi. Fine, let's come to this one. Let's do it. Let me explain. There's an ocean. You understand ocean, such a huge, such a big. If you take a drop of water, one drop of water, will it change to a lake or a river? No, it will remain an ocean. Can I say if the number is written 6 minus root of 6 minus root of 6 minus goes on infinity? Can I say I can write this value as a y only? Squaring on both sides, I'll say y square is equal to 6 minus y. I can say y square plus y minus 6 is equal to 0. I can say y square plus 3y minus 2y minus 6 is equal to 0. I can say the two factors y plus 3 and y minus 2. Yes, these are the two factors. So I'll get y is equal to 3 minus 3, sorry, or 2. Now I know it cannot be a negative value because it is a square root of some term, and subtracted it must be a positive term. So it cannot be equal to minus 3. That is gone. I'll say the possible value of this is 2. The answer is option number 3. Is that clear? Why it cannot be negative? Because outside the square root, it is a positive sign. If nothing is written, means positive. On same pattern, can you answer it? Come on, try out it. Okay, I think you are facing some challenges here. Don't write this value as x. That will be wrong. Why? Because here it is plus, here it is minus. So there is no repetition. This is not repeating. Look at it carefully. Ask me if there is a doubt. I'm saying that after plus it is minus. So you can say this is x because it is going till infinity. You cannot say this one part is x. No, it is not x. So I'll say x is equal to 1 upon 2 plus, sorry, root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 minus x. What does that mean? That means root 2 into root 2 minus x is 2 minus root 2x plus 1, and that goes in numerator. Cross multiply, I'll say x into 3 minus root 2x is equal to root 2 minus x. 3x minus root 2 x square is equal to root 2 minus x. That means root 2x square goes on that side. Minus 4x plus root 2 is equal to 0. I can cancel root 2 from here. I write x square minus 2 root 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. What is the value of x? Now listen here. Okay, very nice. I will try to convert it in a perfect square form, or the product of the root is 1 and the sum is coming out to be 2 root 2, which thoda sa mushkil type ka number hai. So what I do here is I'll say it is x minus whatever the coefficient of x, I'll half it, root 2 whole square. That is x square minus 2 root 2x plus 2. So I'll say it is not 2, it is 1. So minus 1 is equal to 0. I'll say x minus root 2 square is equal to 1. I'll say x minus root 2 is equal to plus minus 1. I'll say x is equal to root 2 plus 1, or x is equal to root 2 minus 1. Now listen here. It cannot be root 2 plus 1. Try to understand this value. 1 upon root 2 plus something. So I'll say it is root 2 plus something. This value will be coming out to be what? This value will be coming out to be less than what? Root 2 plus 1. I know in denominator it is root 2 plus something will not be equal to root 2 plus 1. So it has to come out to be root 2 minus 1 as your answer. So the answer will come out to be root 2 minus 1. Is it fine, everyone there? Please ask. The first one is correct. You cannot have, of course, both of the options are coming there, but it is not root 2 plus 1. Why? Because you know anything 1 upon root 2 will be less than 1. If we are adding something, the denominator is more, it is still less than 1. How can the value be equal to root 2 plus 1? That is the reason why we are saying the option cannot be root 2 plus 1. It has to be root 2 minus 1. Okay, Pulkit, I'll do that. Pulkit, what I'm saying is there are two signs. One is plus here, second is minus here. So I don't imagine this to be equal to x. This will be wrong. Fine, because the repetition is only after this. So I'll consider this circled one as x. So I'll write 1 upon root 2 plus, then it is 1 upon root 2 minus x. Solve it. It is a quadratic equation of x square. And then finally you will get x is equal to root 2 plus 1 and x is equal to root 2 minus 1 as the two roots of. Is that fine? Then after that is the important part comes. You can say x is equal to root 2 plus 1 or x is equal to root 2 minus 1. Look at my option. X is equal to 1 upon root 2 plus something. Root 2 plus something means it is more than root 2. Root 2 is 1.414. 1.414 plus something will be always less than 1. Denominator is more than 1, it will be always less than 1. So I know this value is less than 1, but this is more than 1. I'll say no, this will not be the answer. This is the answer. That's why the first one will come out of the answer. Is it fine, everyone there? Fine, Siddharth. Pulkit, is it clear now? I repeated this for you. Fine. Would you like to answer this one? Now let me explain some part here. I'm sure you have read it. A, B, C are certain constant and A is not equal to 0, because if it is 0, this is not a quadratic equation. F5 means when you put x is equal to 5, what is the value of F5? We'll say A into 5 square plus B into 5 plus C. I'll say F5 is equal to 25A plus 5B plus C. And how much is F2? F2 is equal to 4A plus 2B plus C. Now it is given F5 is equal to minus 3 times of F2. So that is 25A plus 5B plus C is equal to minus 3 times of 4A plus 2B plus C. So it is 25A plus 5B plus C is equal to minus 12A minus 6B minus 3C. That goes 37A plus 11B plus 4C is equal to 0. Yes, is it fine? One is this equation that you are going to get because of this reason. Second is 3 is the root of this. So you'll put 3 is equal to root of it. It means by putting x is equal to 3, the equation comes out to be 0. So I'll say 9a plus 3b plus c is equal to 0. This is another equation. And 37a plus 11b plus 4c is equal to 0. I'll multiply this by 4. Reason is 4c get cancelled out. I'll say 36a plus 12b plus 4c is equal to 0. I'll subtract this one. That gives me a minus b plus 0 is equal to 0. A is equal to b. These are the values of this. So a is equal to b. Is that fine? Once you put a is equal to b in the equation, you will get fx is equal to ax square plus ax plus c. Agreed? Everyone? Now you put a is equal to b. I'll say this is 48a plus 4c is equal to 0. I'll say 4c is equal to minus 48a. I'll say c is equal to minus 12. Put this equation. I'll say fx is coming out to be ax square plus ax minus 12a is equal to 0. Or I can cancel a from here. So I'll say x is equal to what? 4 3s are 12. I'll say 4 and minus 3 are the two values which are going to come. Is that fine, everyone? Sorry, minus 4 and plus 3. The reason is sum of the root is minus 1. It has to be plus 1 here. So minus sign aayega. So what is the one root? One root is coming out to be plus 3. Second root will be minus 4. My answer comes out to be minus 2. Let me explain it. 3 is the root of it. That means by putting x is equal to 3, your equation will come out to be 0. I'll get this equation. Second is f5 is equal to minus thrice of f2. F5, you find out this value. F2, you find out this value. Solve it. You will be going to get another equation. Solve them. You are going to get all terms in terms of a. A is already in a. B will change to the a. C will change to the a. The equation finally comes out to be x square plus x minus 12 is equal to 0. That gives you x plus 4 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. I'll say x is equal to what? Minus 4 and plus 3. One root is already given as a 3. The other root will be minus 4. That is your answer. Fine. Clear? Okay, very nice. Now, can you find out the value of ABC? What is the value of ABC? If you want, I can take you back. What is the value of A plus B plus C? Come on, fast. Very easy. You know A is equal to B. You know C is equal to minus 12A. I'm sure you remember it from here. Now, the equation will become AX square plus AX minus 12A is equal to FX. I want to find out A plus B plus C. A is A, B is A, C is minus 12A, which is minus 10A. I'll say everything depends upon the value of A. So A plus B plus C is equal to minus 10A. So out of the option, I'll say the answer is cannot be written. Is it fine? Because it depends upon the value of. To everyone, if there's a doubt, please ask. Is it clear? Just write a yes if it is clear. Write a no if there's still a doubt. Okay, Siddhant. Pulkit. Sambhav Vaishnavi says clear. Okay, Samakshi. Fine, Aditya. So you can try to solve the rest of the question. We'll discuss them in the next class. Fine. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you. Good night. Take care of yourself.